Now the Duos has already been confirmed to be the main game mode of the season after the FNCS Global Championships ends. We already have so many different pros announcing their official duo for this season and potentially for next year as well if Duo FNCS comes back. And in today's video, I wanted to go over all of the current confirmed and also the people that still are going to need a duo for the future. Now, real close to the starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We got a lot of different teams to go over. Let's talk about their ceilings and their floors. Let's get this video started. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, we have a lot more confirmed EU duos compared to NA duos. I don't know if the NA boys are just more locked in on trios right now. It also seems like a lot of the NA people just like the trios game mode more in general, and then a lot of the EU pros like duos better. All right, now the first one that we got is MrSavage and Tayson. Now these guys are previous duo FNCS winners together. I feel like it's always very interesting that MrSavage seems to like to play with more just like traditional IGLs, as he is playing with Queasy right now. It's looking like he's going to duo with Tayson. I've seen a lot of people want the players of both MrSavage and Swizzy to play with more of fighting type IGLs to really maximize their full potential, but it seems like MrSavage likes to have somebody that can lead and just be a smart player in general. I think this has been a really good comeback year for Tayson as well. Multiple top 7 in grand finals, qualified to the global championships. Of course, we don't know how he is going to actually place at globals yet, but I think Tayson has still shown that he is still a very capable IGL, especially going into not only for the rest of this year, but also for 2026 as well. I think I would have to say the ceiling for this trio has to be an FNCS win. They've literally won an FNCS together before. MrSavage is still basically in the middle of his prime, even if he did have a little bit of a down season. I think this is definitely a duo that could potentially win FNCS. Next up, let's talk about what could potentially be a very scary fighting team on EU of Chris and Teeny. So if you guys were wondering, after grand finals, Teeny did end up tweeting out that he was like basically quitting or whatever, but I think all of us knew that he was going to end up coming back, and especially now that duos are a thing, and that was the mode that he really came up off of. He is going to be fully back now and playing with Chris. Some people were surprised that Chap and Teeny aren't getting back together, especially after all of the success that they had together, but I am very excited to see this duo. I'm very curious to who is actually going to be IGLing this, if it's going to be Teeny or Chris, because Chris is currently the fragger on his team, and I think Teeny actually is as well, and I think this also has the potential to be a very solid duo. We talked about MrSavage earlier, we got to talk about Swizzy now, and Swizzy is going to be playing with Vanya. So another one of the ex-duo FNCS winners are getting back together now. Swizzy is also taking the same route of going back to his old teammate, who is just a traditional IGL, since they have seen success with it in the past. Another trio that I do believe has FNCS winning potential. Vanya is arguably one of the best IGLs in the entire game right now, and Swizzy in trios is one of the best support players, but when he needs to be just a full fragger, he has shown that he can do exactly that. I don't think that really will be a very good duo. Rezon has announced that he is getting back with Badil, and they are also bringing back the old duo, so we are just seeing so many old duos get back together. I think that's going to be the main difference between trios and duos. In terms of content wise, there is going to be a lot less split ups, and especially as of right now, it looks like a lot of duos are just forming back together with each other. I'm also glad to see that Rezon and Badil seem to have put their differences aside from what happened at the end of their trios together, and I hope they're able to find some success in duos as well. We got more previous FNCS champions getting back together. The last duo that was actually able to win EU FNCS together of Vico and Flixy. There was a lot of rumors out there that maybe Vico was going to play like with Vino now instead of Flixy, but it seems like he is going to be running it back with him, and obviously this is also another potential FNCS winning team. Let's talk about some NA ones. The first one that we have to talk about, pretty obvious, everybody can see it coming. It is the duo of Peterbot and Poyo officially back together. Peter basically just tweeted out that they are officially back, and I ended up asking the question on Twitter on how many FNCSs is this duo actually going to win if duo FNCS does come back, and pretty much the main consensus response was just everything, or all 4 of them. I'm very curious on your guys' opinion on that in the comment section down below, because for what was probably the greatest duo of all time, it seems like Poyo is just getting better every single season now. Peter, we obviously know, is just Peter at the end of the day, and that is going to be such a scary team and fun team to watch next year. Another one of the confirmed NA ones that we have is Muzz and Sphinx now. Sphinx, I feel like over these past couple of seasons and just in general, has always been a super underrated IGL, and him and Muzz seem to have built up some really good chemistry over this entire season that they have played together, leading up to them qualifying to globals together as well. And I'm very excited to see how this duo works out. I think this is also going to be another very solid duo, and if I had to make some like early globals predictions, I think this team is 100% a global championship caliber duo. Now, if you're wondering who Cold is actually going to be playing with, it doesn't look like he is 100% locked into any duo quite yet, but the main person that he has been rumored to be linked with as of right now is Ritual. Now, I've seen a lot of people really like flaming Ritual in this situation, saying like, oh, Cold is way too good to be playing with Ritual. I feel like a lot of people literally forgot that Ritual placed second place in a duo FNCS with Ree. Cold has also just been one of the biggest vouchers of Ritual for the longest time now. He seems to really enjoy playing with Ritual as well, and I think the other main option that we could all see playing with Cold is a reuniting with Acorn, but also just don't be surprised if Ritual and Cold end up playing together. I think there is also some other very interesting potential options for Cold though. I would absolutely love to see him play with somebody maybe like Iamzo. Could you imagine Iamzo and Cold on the same team? Not only the fighting ability, but also Iamzo having IGL experience now as well. I think that would quite literally just be like a better version of Ritual. Or let's move on to some new EU duos we have now, like the first one of Pixie and Wox. This is going to be a very fun duo combination to actually watch. I'm curious on who the IGL is going to be for this one as well. Obviously, we know Wox used to play with Ping and they play super highly at the global championships. Wox is a very good duos player. Pixie is also a very good duos player. Both of them have had trio success as well. The fighting capability is going to be on this team. This is definitely another potential FNCS winning team. I think some of the other really fun duo options that we have got to see on EU for brand new teams is Pink and Shark. Pink has always been a player now that wants to pick up underrated younger players that are just like super crazy fighters, and that is exactly what he's going to be doing with Shark. I think this will not only help Shark's placements become more consistent, but I think him also just being able to learn from a veteran like Pink, who has literally played with some of the other best fraggers in the world at this point, like Vico and some others as well. I think this will be not only a very good developmental thing for Shark, but I think this also has the potential to be a very solid duo as well. All right, now let's talk about some other ones that I don't think yet are 100% confirmed, but it looks like they might potentially be trying out, and it is just what Ferdoxy has said his teammates are going to be playing with. So the first one is, it looks like Chino is going to be potentially playing with Vino. Now, this is just what Ferdoxy has said. Now, Chino is coming off of tying for the most elims in all of Grand Finals. Obviously, his stocks are at an all-time high right now, and if he had the ability to potentially play with Vino in duos, who is already a super smart IGL and can frag like one of the best players in the region in general, this would be such a scary duo. And then it looks like Pablo is going to potentially be playing with Marius. So it looks like they're trying to get that little duo Danish connection right there. Both one-time FNCS winners as well. The first and second ever Danish players to win FNCS. This would also be a very fun duo. Also curious on how the IGLing situation would work in that team. I would have to assume that probably Pablo would IGL, since I don't think Marius has ever IGL'd himself. Some of the new ones we have is like Demus and Pix going to be playing with each other. Cammy and Hari playing with each other. So the Cammy and Seti era looks like it is 100% over now, and Cammy is going to be playing with his new fragger in Hari. So that does still leave a lot of potential people on EU looking for teammates. The main person that we have seen though hint at some other players to potentially play with is Queasy. Queasy, as of right now, seems like he really wants to bring back the duo that just placed second place last year in global championships of him and Thomas HD, and that would be the super unk duo right there. But we can't act like any of these players are like so far past their primes that they're like completely washed now or something, and I honestly really would enjoy seeing them team up again. But we have also seen rumors just over the past couple, like ever since this year really started, of Queasy and Vino also wanting to get back together. So I also wouldn't be super surprised if that ended up happening either. And then both Mongrel and MrSavage have also not yet currently confirmed who their duos are going to be. Mongrel though did list out his potential options, and to him his main options of people who have DM'd him to potentially play duos is MrSavage, Upple, Focus, Toos, Rax, Haijo, Kaido, and Turtle. Now, out of this entire list, if he's able to play with some somebody like an Upple or a Focus. I think that would be super good for him for a potential placement wise. Both literal globals players right now, but I think the one that the entire community wants to see is a MrSavage and Mongrel reuniting. We don't know how much longer we have both of these guys competing in Fortnite, and the first time that they ended up playing together was literally some of the most entertaining content that Fortnite has ever seen. I think it would also just be a cool thing for both of them to be able to just play for some fun after what was probably one of the most stressful competitive years ever for MrSavage, from him literally going from retiring to globals, and then Mongrel also just never really having teammate consistency. As long as people don't put like crazy expectations on that team, I think it would be such a fun storyline to follow. Another duo that we do have confirmation that they are getting back together, also previous multi-time FNCS winners together, is King and Phaser are also officially back. So I'd have to assume that those guys are potentially probably just going to be absolutely running through Brazil once again. Moving back over to NA, another person that does not currently have a duo is Clix. Now Clix went on stream, and I feel like the main person that everybody was kind of talking about him potentially playing with is Kanata. I personally thought that would have been a very good fit for him, but it looks like he doesn't agree with that at all, and this is what he actually had to say about that.
Well, Kanata, I don't know, bro. I don't think me and Kanata will ever vibe. I don't think me and Kanata would ever vibe, and I don't think our playstyles are like at all. At all. Like, Kanata's the type of dude to, like, I don't know. Like, he's disgusting at the game, but bro, me and him are total opposite players, I'm telling you. I literally like watched his Grands video. Like, I'm telling you, like, we are the definition of opposite players. If anybody watches both of us,
so I mean, as of now that Clix is not going to be playing with Kanata, it seems like also a lot of people think that Yamzo and Higgs are just going to end up doing with each other. So that does kind of make Clix the odd one out of his trio, and somebody that is going to need to find a completely new duo option. Obviously, the main person that everybody is pointing to right now is Vino. Vino was very vocal though that after he left NA, he would never want to go back and play on the region again. I think also though, not only just for content, but also for a placements wise in general, Vino would be the most entertaining and probably best potential option he could get. I don't really know what other super great IGLs Clix is going to be able to play with if Clix wants to stay in that fragging role that he is currently in. I'm wondering if Clix would ever want to go back to that IGLing role in duos. He seems to be super locked into the game, and he's proven that he can get high grand finals placements while being a duos IGL with multiple fourth places while doing it. But I also don't think he is like super locked in on duos right now, and he is obviously all of his full focus is currently on the global championships. So you guys can let me know in the comment section down below who you guys actually want to see Clix play with. Another one of the duos that seems like it might end up happening is Acorn and Bolt. Now, this one is also not 100% confirmed yet, but this is just a team that pretty much played every single Reload Duos Cup together when it was a thing. I think they also currently live together as well. They seem to already have that chemistry together, and if Bolts doesn't play with Rapid, or if Acorn doesn't play with Cold, I could definitely see Acorn and Bolts being a real duo. Obviously, Acorn is going to need a crazy fighter to play with, and I think his three main options are going to be Cold, Bolts, and potentially Agers as well. Agers is another player though that as of right now, we have no clue who he is actually going to play with. Maybe we get a reuniting there with him and Kanata, also former FNCS winners. That seems to just be a theme of this video. But as of right now, for Agers, Acorn, and Bolts, we have no clue who they are officially confirmed going to be playing with. Other than that though, let me know if I forgot anyone in the comment section down below. Of course, over time, these duos lists are going to just continue to fill out. I'm going to put my focus back onto trios now until the global championships, but after that, we will be fully locked into all of these duos. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says enjoy winning 2 videos up on the stream right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.